fifth graders. Welcome back to Wit and Wisdom in Sync. This is wordplay. Did I say play? Today, we're going to be in the game together. That's right. Any baseball fans out there? If you're not a baseball fan, you're just going to have fun being a spectator and playing along. Let's play ball. You will need a few materials for this lesson. You'll need your Wit and Wisdom in Sync journal, a pen or pencil. Oh, and how about you bring along your good sportsmanship as well? Pause now if you need to get your journal and your pen or pencil. Did you hear about the guy that got hit in the head with a can of soda? He was lucky it was a soft drink. Ha! Here's my joke. Previously, you learned about wordplay, which is the playful, clever use of words to be funny. This joke is an example of a pun, which is a form of wordplay. Puns play on words with multiple meanings, causing confusion and, of course, humor. So, which word is this pun playing with? What makes this pun humorous or funny? The word that the pun is playing with is soft as part of soft drink. A soft drink is a soda, but it's not soft like a pillow. Today you're going to continue to study wordplay, and in this lesson you're going to watch a video of a famous comedy skit called Who's On First? Who's On First was first performed live on the radio by comedians Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in 1938. And even though that was made a long time ago, it's still really funny today. It involves this series of misunderstandings about baseball players, and you'll definitely see what I mean. So our question today is, what's happening in Who's On First? You're going to need to pay super close attention to the comedy routine to figure out what's happening and why it's funny. So here we have a baseball diamond. If you can imagine you were up above a baseball field and looking down on it, this is what the shape might look like. And this is a little bit of information for you before you watch the skit, Who's On First? In the skit, Abbott and Costello are discussing the players in the baseball game. So to understand what's happening, it's important for us to have a shared understanding of the different defensive positions that players can play during a baseball game. By the way, thumbs up if you're a baseball fan. All right, let's take a look at where a couple of the people in baseball are going to be stationed as they start the game. So right here, this is where the batter would come up to bat. The catcher is standing here behind the batter. And who's throwing the ball? The pitcher. So here is where first base is. And there's a first baseman or first basewoman standing there. Here is second base, but the second baseman generally stands right out here to catch the ball. And here is third base, so the third baseman's here. Take a moment to copy this in your journal, but I also want you to make it as big as you can in your journal because we're going to add even more information to it later on after we have a chance to see the skit. Okay.
You can find this image in Schoology under the assignment for today.
Okay, have you got the first players listed? I've added a few more that I want you to copy down, and we'll take a look at where they play. So remember I told you that second base stands out here a little bit away from the base? Well, on this side, shortstop is the player who is staying in between third base and second base. So shortstop goes here. So here we have left field. Thank goodness it's on the left side, that makes sense. Center field in the center, and this player is called right field. Take a moment to copy the rest of the positions on your baseball diamond, and then we'll get started with the video. Also, don't worry, this isn't an art project. You just need to be able to see where the players are. And you'll need this as we come back. Okie dokie. Let's watch a clip from Bud Abbott and Lou Costello's Who's on First skit. Remember that Abbott and Costello were real-life comedians, and in this skit called Who's on First, Costello, the man on the left, is playing a man who's joining a baseball team, and Abbott, the man on the right, is playing the new manager or the head coach of that team. So you actually have a job to do while you're watching in addition to enjoying it. Your job is to notice and wonder about the characters' conversation. The actors speak really quickly, and it's okay if you don't understand everything. Are you ready? Enjoy!
Friends, I told you that my partner would be here, and here he is. Didn't expect him, did you? Now, he always shapes up. Now, why not let the folks themselves ask for something that they like to hear?
All right, what would they like to hear?
Something different. Now,
Okay.
is there anything special that you would like to hear us do?
Baseball.
No, wait a minute, friends. You don't want to hear that, do you?
Yeah, we got the props for you here. Oh, you came prepared, didn't you?
All set, huh? Well, this is a must. I guess it's a must. We've got to do it. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Let me see. That looks all right.
Okay, all
Now,
right.
we'll pretend. All right, I'll take it easy with that. We'll just pretend that we're organizing a baseball team here at the retired actors' home. And I am the manager. Now,
You're going to be the manager of the retired actors baseball team?
yes.
I would like to join the retired actors baseball team.
Oh, you would?
And I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so if I want to play with them, I know them, and I meet them on the street or in the home here, I can say hello to them.
Oh, sure. But you know they give baseball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Oh, a lot of funny names.
You know, like Sticky
Nicknames.
Fields,
Sticky Field.
Goofy Dan,
Boopy Barber.
Booby Barber.
I know all of them.
Well, let's see now. We have on our team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
And
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
I have it. You
Now-
going to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guy's names?
Well, I should.
Well, then you tell me the guy's names on the baseball
I
team.
say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
You ain't saying nothing to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling him.
You ain't said nothing yet. Go ahead and tell me.
Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know is on third.
You know the guy's names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Now, wait a minute,
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's his name.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
That's it. That's his name.
Well, you ain't said nothing. I ain't asking nothing.
You did.
You know the guy's name on first base?
Sure.
Well, tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first, Lou?
What are you asking me for?
Don't get excited. I'm saying who.
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who? I'm asking you, what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no. What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time.
Don't mix up my...
I'm not mixing up anybody. Now, what's the guy's name on first base?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking.
So what did you notice and wonder about the characters' conversation? Pause the video and create a notice and wonder T-chart in your journal, like this one, and record what you noticed and what you wondered. And I'm going to challenge you to see if you can record at least 2 entries for each column. 2 noticings, 2 wonderings. Pause the video now to complete that task. So, what did you notice and wonder about Abbott and Costello during the exchange? Abbott, remember, is the one who plays the manager of the baseball team on the right, and Costello is the man who plays the player who's joining the team on the left. So some of the things that I noticed and wondered, I noticed that Abbott kept repeating himself because Costello wasn't understanding him. I also noticed that the players' names on Abbott's team are kind of strange. They just don't sound like normal names. What did you notice and wonder? Well, pretend you're in the dugout waiting to be up at bat. Pause the video to take a well-earned stretch break to warm up. And join me back here when you're ready to get back in the game. So you'll need your baseball diamond again. Please take your baseball diamond out. We're going to add even more to it. Here's a quiz. Haha, just kidding. I wanted to know if you caught the names of the first, second, and third basemen. I bet you did. First base is who? Second base is what? And third base is, I don't know. That's quite a name. Take a moment to copy those names down on your baseball diamond. Pause the video for a moment to get that done. So I wanted to give you a little preview. In the second part of the skit, which we're going to see in a moment, Abbott reveals the rest of the players' names. I'm going to give them to you now so that you can follow along as you watch more of the skit. For example, the pitcher's name is Tomorrow. The catcher's name is Today. The right fielder's name is Naturally. The center fielder's name is Because. The left fielder's name is Why. And my favorite, the shortstop's name is I Don't Give a Darn. Take a moment to pause the video and copy the rest of the names of the players in your journal on your baseball diamond and join me back here when you've finished. Great. Hold on to that, and as we get to the skit shortly, you'll need to take a look at your baseball diamond and see if you can follow along with Abbott and Costello. This word is peculiar, and it means abnormal or different from the usual expectation. Peculiar. I wonder how this could be related to wordplay. What makes the names of the players peculiar or unusual? Look at your baseball diagrams with the baseball players' names that you jotted down, and I want you to pause and think for a minute and share your ideas out loud, either by yourself or with a learning partner. So some of the ideas that I had were that the baseball players' names were question words like who, what, and why. Also, the baseball players' names were responses to questions and common things someone might say in a conversation, like, I don't know, or I don't care, or because. So now that you've had a chance to see what's coming and get used to that fast-paced conversation between Abbott and Costello, let's watch the skit again. And this time, I want you to pay careful attention to how the names of the players themselves cause confusion for Costello. Ready?
That we're organizing a baseball team here at the retired actors' home. And I am the manager. Now,
You're going to be the manager of the retired actors baseball team?
yes.
I would like to join the retired actors baseball team.
Oh, you would?
And I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so if I want to play with them, I know them, and I meet them on the street or in the home here, I can say hello to them.
Oh, sure. But you know they give baseball players nowadays very peculiar names.
A lot of funny names.
You know, like Sticky
names.
Fields,
Sticky Fields.
Goofy Dan, Booby Bobber.
I know them.
Well, let's see now. We have on our team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name. That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Abbott, you going to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guy's names?
Well, I should.
Well, then you tell me the guy's names on the baseball
I
team.
say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
You ain't saying nothing to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling you.
You ain't said nothing yet. Go ahead and tell me.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Is on third.
You know the guy's names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Now, wait a minute.
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's his name.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
That's it. That's his name.
Well, you ain't said nothing. I ain't asked you nothing.
You did.
You know the guy's name on first base?
Sure.
Tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first, Lou?
What are you asking me for?
Don't get excited. I'm saying who.
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who? I'm asking you, what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no. What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time.
Don't mix up my...
I'm not mixing up anybody. Now, what's the guy's name on first base?
No, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not... Wait a minute. Whoa. Now, well, let's not
Whoa. How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
I mentioned his name.
Yes.
I don't know anybody's name on the team. How could I mention a guy's name?
You did. You just mentioned it.
All right, what's the guy's name on third base?
No, what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on second.
I didn't even mention a guy's name on third base.
Yes, you did.
All right, then who's playing third base?
No, who's on first?
I'm not asking you what's on first.
What's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know. He's third base. I don't know anybody on a baseball team.
You do. You mentioned their names.
I do?
Sure.
You got an outfield?
Well, naturally.
Now let fielder's name.
Why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, go ahead. Tell me.
Tell you what.
Tell the fielder's name.
Why?
Because I want to know. Because.
Oh, he's center field. You know these players as well as
Who's
I.
in center field?
No, who's on first?
What's up first?
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
Do you know the guy's names on the team?
Look, Louis, you don't seem to understand. See, I have a first baseman.
I know you got a first.
It's just-
I asked you what's the first. I asked you what's the first baseman's name.
No, what's the second baseman?
I'm going to start asking you. I asked you what's the first baseman's name.
What's the second baseman?
I don't even get past the. All right, who's on second?
Who's on first?
What base do you want to talk about?
You talk about anyone you want to talk about.
All right, now who's on first?
Right.
Okay.
No.
All right, you got a first baseman. When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it. Every dollar of it.
Who gets it?
He does. Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. Why not, Lou? He's earned it.
Who did?
Yes.
Look, when you pay off the first baseman every month, you get a receipt from the guy?
Sure.
How does he sign his name?
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
Well, that's how he signs it.
That's
Lou.
how who signs it?
Yes.
Who I tell me?
That's it.
Who? Look, you go to first baseman,
Yes.
and you say to him, here's your money, sign the receipt. How does he sign his name?
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
That's how he signs it.
That's how who signs it?
Yes.
Sure. You gotta get a receipt from the guy, don't you?
Get one, Lou.
How does the guy on first base sign his name?
Who?
The guy on first.
how he signs it.
I'm asking, when you give the guy the money, what's the guy's name that you give the money to?
Now, wait a minute. What signs his own?
Who signs his own?
No, who signs his?
I mean, what's the guy's name on first you give the...
What is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. The fielder's name, the center field. I don't know if you got a pitcher on the team.
It's a fine team without a pitcher.
It's a fine team. The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You know
Well,
what? Tell me the day.
I can't change that
You
name.
know what? Tell me the day.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead. Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
Well, what do you think? How do the players' names cause confusion for Costello? Pause the video and think about that for a moment. It is so confusing that it actually causes a conflict between them. Remember, a conflict is like a serious disagreement. So for this check for understanding, you are going to write 1 to 2 sentences to summarize how confusion over words causes a conflict between Abbott and Costello. So when you summarize, you're really just writing the very big ideas. So think back to the content framing question we talked about at the very beginning of the lesson. It was, what's happening in Who's On First? Answer that question by telling how the confusion over words causes a conflict. Pause the video and complete this check for understanding in your journal. Please feel free to refer to your notes and the fabulous baseball diamond that you created if you need to. I'll see you back here when you've completed that task. A couple of the ideas that I had were that the players' names just weren't common. Their names were question words and responses to questions, not like normal names. And I also think Costello was confused because he doesn't understand that Abbott is actually telling him the players' names. He thinks Abbott's just asking him more questions. So in this lesson, you focused on figuring out what was happening in Who's On First by thinking about how words, and in this case, the players' actual names, were causing confusion for Costello. Take a peek at the definition of wordplay that you had in your journal. How is Who's On First an example of wordplay? Why is it funny? I hope you had a ball today. That's an idiom that means had a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more fun learning. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.